Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to Stock Markets Technical Analysis Daily here for Thursday, March the 25th, 2021. Glad to be here. Sorry, I am just getting out of the shower. So it is currently 5:53 a.m. Pacific time in Southern California, which lead us to we are 7 minutes from 1 p.m. in London. Yeah, all week long we are giving shout out to London to our traders. The community of traders in London by density is increasing, folks. That's the miracle of internet, right? So, and then the referral of some of you who are telling your friends about this what we do here. Yes, which what we do here is to trying to help you to take not trying to help you. We are doing more than trying. Yeah, trust me on that. To help you taking your training to the next level. So then, as I'm excited, all of a sudden I see a message from Miss Marcy that there is no visual. Okay, that is no bueno because I can see myself on the view that everybody is having, and actually I made sure trying to anticipate any type of technical issue. I've turned this on for almost 23 minutes now. So now it's telling me that there is no data. Okay, well, fantabulous. Fantabulous. Oh boy. All right. Is the visual cutting? We know that we have been having issues with the sound cutting on and off. Even a couple of weeks ago or a week ago, we couldn't make the live show for whatever reason. So Miss Marcy, is the visual back? Because there is a small delay, but for me, I can see myself. Okay, yeah. So this technical difficulty. Oh dear. Okay, very good. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let's say hello to good morning, good afternoon, good evening to people in the live trading chat. Mr. Beautiful Creates, Mr. Paul, glad to have you, sir. Miss Marcy, Miss Lorraine is back. Congratulations, welcome back. And Mr. Donny is here, and we have J. Lou who recently joined us as well. I'm looking forward to a one-on-one coaching session. Is it tonight or tomorrow? There are coaching sessions now daily. I kid you guys not. So, meaning I'm always talking with somebody each and every day. So, if you have been with us here for a while, you know what we do. But if not, just a couple of minutes is to help you take your trading to the next level by giving you the education that you may need. Doesn't matter if you have never traded before. The profile of half of the traders that I see here, they have been trading less than a year, for less than a year. So when they come on here for us, we definitely start with, it doesn't matter your level of experience. You could tell me that, hey, you have never done technical analysis before. That's what we do. We get into Zoom and we will definitely give you the tools to be able to do that. So we say hello to Mr. Joe, who's one another new member to join us. Yes, thank you, JLo. Our coaching session is tomorrow, Friday. The days just fly by. I believe next week, I'm not sure, but I need to confirm. I believe we only have 4 days trading. We'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. As of today, very quickly, if you were not with us yesterday was a tremendous day of trade for our trade alerts for the GangstA whatever, the GangstA whatever. No, not whatever. The GangstA strategy and the like. We try to post as much as possible. So PDD, Baidu, there were so many. Snap, yeah, in our Discord room. So and then at the end of the day, to cap it all, so I usually have the question, hey, how much money do you need to get started trading options? Well, my friend, yesterday, a merely $20 would have been sufficient because yesterday, applying one of our preferred strategy on SPY, you would have turned your $20, $20 into $140 in literally a matter of 15 minutes. Yes, that's the power of option trading. If you know, when you know what you are doing, right? And you being here or anybody being here, we will get you to the level of knowing what you are doing to be able to do that. That trade, it's featured inside of the SPY GangstA, the SPY GangstA, the SPY. We have a dedicated Discord room for SPY. So that trade yesterday is featured all over there. I believe when I posted the time I was taking profit, literally like 3 minutes before the regular session, because you know SPY has an extra 15 minutes. Mr. Edex he said that he closed his position literally at the same time. All right, so what do we have in store for you today? Well, actually, what does the market has in store for us? Because it's not about we here particularly. We read what the market is doing and we react to that. So very quickly on here, let's do the top down view, the 30,000 feet view, starting with SPY, QQQ, and IWM, because it starts with that. And those are indexes that we trade here very confidently, very regularly, right? We have been talking about just looking at the chart from a technical analysis perspective. We have been talking for a while now that, hey, these indexes were not really giving us a direction. They were just hovering above the moving average. So yesterday, they showed us something. They showed us something because since for the first time since early March here, SPY dipped below all three lines that you see there. What are the three lines here very quickly? This is part of that technical analysis that we will be teaching you here at Successful Trading. The yellow line is our exponential moving average 8, meaning the recent momentum, which right now it's sloping down. That's bearish. Yeah, we get confirmation of that when the yellow line crosses below the green line, which is the exponential moving average 20. And then the white line that you see there is the middle of the Bollinger Band, which are characterized by the upper Bollinger Band and the lower Bollinger Band. If that right now that doesn't make any sense to you at all, no worries. Yeah, it is my job when you come on board here to quickly get you acquainted with that. So where are we going on here? So SPY on here from a daily perspective on this chart, the most recent low was posted on March the 19th at 387.15. So right now we are starting at 385.83. So folks, the chart looking left as usual on the chart gives us potential target price on here. We are 2 days from expiration today and tomorrow. So SPY on here, it's starting bearishly, definitely, because this is the lowest point over since March the 9th. So on March the 9th, it posted a low of 381. So we are in bearish territory here. So this is how you go about doing that type of analysis. Then you can look at the weekly chart as well. On the weekly chart, it's still above the major support here, which is the yellow line. That yellow line, it's exactly at 386.12. We are starting at 385.83. So right in there. So you can see here on this chart, right? So the trend of SPY over, most of the last 12 months really and more, it has not ventured below the yellow line that often. So it's significant. Should that happen? So that's something that to look for. Now, we know this much. We can even go next level of technical analysis. There's this an indicator called MACD, which we have hinted on here that when it crosses below its signal, so the blue line crossing below that red line, that's usually, but we have seen that it hit and miss. It can go in there and quickly change as well. We have seen that here, it couldn't sustain, but it's dipping this way, then we are in bearish territory, right? If we're in bearish territory overall, and then you can apply this to individual chart that you're trading, individual stuff that you're trading, guess what? We have to trade puts. If you say that you are an option trader, you have got to overcome, I don't know, that's our paralysis in the mind that's leads you into trading calls. There are things that there are stock that will be trending up even if the overall market is bearish. We know that. We know that. But on a day like yesterday, we spent time here in pre-market showcasing charts, how to analyze a chart, a bearish chart, and how to stay in that trade. I'm going to bring back the chart of, I believe, Peloton yesterday, because that's another one that's exactly parallel to the chart we analyzed on Tuesday morning. We analyzed yesterday, rather. Yesterday was Wednesday on Western Digital. So those type of trades are the trades that give you big gains, and they are typical. You trade a direction. How to recognize that direction? We teach you how to do that. All right. So here's SPY. Very quickly, let's go into quick QQQ here. We're going to see similar type of thing on a weekly basis. It's dipping over the last couple of weeks. It has been trading actually the last 4 weeks, actually the last 5 weeks, if you will. On the weekly, QQQ has been trading over the last 5 weeks below that moving average. So it has one green candle on here, but I mean with highs that higher value here that's have been sold, meaning that you see an upper shadow or an upper wick, as it is called in technical analysis. So on the daily chart, guess what? Yesterday we closed below all three moving averages as well. They have been known to do that and then bounce, but they have also been known to love patterns. So these reverse U or upside parable are things that they do. So this could be the direction of this one on here, meaning the lower Bollinger here for QQQ currently at 302. We are gapping down here from 311 yesterday to 310. So this is interesting. What this means really when a market's opening like this, especially on a Thursday with expiration of options tomorrow, right? The market is moving, meaning that it creates opportunity for you and I to make money. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. As long as we are looking at it with not any bias, but just from the perspective, oh, what's tradable? Any stock that's moving is tradable. End of story. And that I cannot emphasize that enough. If it's trending down, like our friend IWM here, look at IWM. Take a look at this chart. This is the daily chart of IWM. And tell me that you could not have traded this, let's say, over the last 4 days. The last 3 candles, they are red candles, they are all from this week, right? We have a crossover of the EMA 8 below the EMA 20. I mean, most of you may know that as the death cross. I mean, I don't like using that word that much, but what that it means, meaning that really you got bearish. And we have had that here. We had that here early March, where that crossover, and then the slope of the yellow line. From this point on, I want you, the one thing that I want you, if whether or not you are familiar with technical analysis, make your decision based on the slope of that yellow line, because it's the most recent momentum. Right? It's telling us it's the best way to predict the future of a stock. What is the EMA 8, that yellow line, if your chart is set up like ours on here is doing? If it's sloping down, chances are you're bearish. So here, IWM is starting at 209.51, which is even outside of the lower Bollinger. Yesterday, the lower Bollinger was at 210.51, but obviously that will change here when we open. The previous low here, the most recent low here, was put in on March the 5th. If you don't remember what the March the 5th is, ask some of the traders on here. They all remember the 5th. We spent the entire day live trading, and to date, I'm getting so many requests about that. Folks, it's not as easy as you think, right? We got fortunate that day that the market was moving. We can do a live trading session, which obviously take a lot of time for me because I'm trading and at the same time I'm coaching during the live session. It's very demanding, but we got very fortunate on May the 5th because the market was just moving like crazy. You can see by the candle here on IWM, right? So, I mean, we will be doing, I'm thinking of things that we'll be doing, but please allow me the time to plan for this thing. It's not as easy as that. Just me showing up saying, okay, I'm going to spend the day live trading with everybody. So the market is moving this morning. IWM is starting lower on here. Look for it to, well, potential targets on here, definitely clearing the previous low here. So 207 is one of them here. As of January 29, we put in 204.84. I don't know, folks, if you have been noticing. Have you been noticing recently, let's say this year per se, the end of the month, from the 25th toward the end of the month, the market has had a tendency to be bearish? What does that mean? So here we are. Next week, we are closing the month next week, and I believe the last day of trading next week is going to be on Thursday because of Good Friday. If my yeah, I'm not sure if Good Friday, but I saw some option expiring on Thursday, so maybe April 1st, which is April Fool's Day. But definitely here, IWM has been very, very bearish on here. So, and from a weekly chart, to get confirmation, you're doing technical analysis, looking at different time frames definitely will help. So this here, we can say that the potential target here is the green line, the exponential moving average 20, which is standing at 205.79 on the bearish side. All right, so that's the 30,000 feet view. Before we dive into specific. I did see that the image definitely froze and we lost data for a brief instant. So because I saw a disconnection on here. So no question on here. Let's go into okay, Mr. Andrew just posted something. I guess yeah, not I guess. Let's tackle on that one before we tackle on something else. So Adobe day two post earnings. Okay, what is Adobe doing day two post earnings? Thanks, Mr. Andrew. We have a strategy on here that we really like. That's based on earnings. So that's not so much trading before earnings like most traders they do. No, we don't do that. For us, we have spent years studying what the market, how the stock behave after day one, day two, after the earnings. Adobe yesterday was our GangstA trade. We can reveal that to you, right? It made money, but not that much. It made money. It did. It did. Those put they made money for us, but not that much. So here we are looking at the second day on here to try to see if there is there any momentum of the like. So the stock is starting relatively flat now, gapping down by $1 or something. So the EMA 8 here, the EMA 8 is currently at 450. So let's hope. Let's hope. I mean, if it start trending bearishly below that, the target is 440, and the most recent low here on March the 8th was at 420. So yes, it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. So I still have some of those puts because I think we got a feel on all of those strike price. So for me, I was cleaning them up overall. So I got rid of the further away puts. So I'm left with was it 415? Yeah, I'm left with the 415. Just got rid of the other one since they were further out of the money. But they made some decent money. Not as big as the money we were making on Peloton, PTD, or Baidu, or Snap. So, or the 500% to close the day on SPY. It was really was decent. Was decent. All right. So that's a carryover from yesterday. I want to also go here on here on Finviz and show how you any traders who's watching this, you can find trades in the morning, right? So I think I left this screen on here. This is Finviz. It's a free tool that you can use for pre-market analysis. On here for us, we select optionable over $20 and enough volume, average volume of a 1 million shares daily. That's what it is. Then the button on here, toggling it off. Actually, let's go 10 seconds. That's what I meant here. It should have auto refresh. That's why I left this on. So the button on here, change, give us the percentage change. This is pre-market. So like here, what information do we gather here in terms of bullish stock? Okay, GME is bullish today after losing like 25% yesterday. Yaks after earnings. So this morning is bullish. I mean, GME, I've never spent enough time actually trying to understand GME. Shame on me because I would have profited from that. Most of these stock I'm not familiar with them. I mean, we can see blue on here, Groupon, or it's one of them, Ball. I don't see any one of the major stock that we're trading. Oh, Beth Bath and B1, okay, but plus 1%. All right, but on the very side, there are plenty of stock that are gapping down this morning. Meaning, oh my goodness, QS. Look at QS. Look at that chart of QS. I cannot believe this. Just in this week alone, QS is moving by $20. We have traded QS successfully before. Riot, yeah, our resident cryptocurrency trade on Riot, which pretty much just strangle Riot at the end of the day and pray, literally pray for it to move big in one direction. If you did that yesterday, you are starting bearishly here. The chart of Riot overall, folks, it looks bearish, doesn't it? This is a case on here where you and I give it a week or so, Riot could be trading support. It's exactly where it is right now, about that 38.40 range. Yes, if Riot dropped that, folks, yeah, I let me make it a point here for myself, a note for myself. Between tomorrow, sometime tomorrow or today or tomorrow, let me find Riot, and I'm looking for 20 puts for. I don't even want to go to April 16. I will go for next week. I kid you not, or the week. April 16 is 3 weeks from now because that chart is screaming all dive. Yeah, that's analysis. The technical analysis doesn't take as much time as that. So we can set up an alert on Riot. How do we do that? All right, so let me slow down here. Let's go to the Riot charts. This is weekly. Let's go to the daily. On the weekly chart, we can already see that it's now below the EMA 8, the yellow line. So that's a bearish sign. So, but for us, the full confirmation is that it needs to stay below this level. So right now, it's trading here at 38.80. So we are looking at 20 here. And remember, this one here, they were just going up. So there's no support here until 20. So for us, we are going to say, what are we going to say? We are going to say that, well, that's what I will be going for now, folks. Really, I mean, it's bearish. Either it bounces off of it. So for us, actually, yeah, let's set the alert. So at this point, we are bearish on it because it's breaking those major levels. But we are going to say set up an alert on the bullish side in case there is a rebound. So we are going to say crossing up, and we are going to say if it crosses up above 40.5, then we are bullish. Otherwise, we are bearish. So crossing up, we will buy calls off. Yeah, but otherwise, right now, it's strictly bearish, my friend, with a target price of $20. Bang. All right, the good people at TradingView. We did something like that this past weekend with a trader. Well, what stock were we looking at? Which we put inside of our Discord as a trade idea. Hopefully, you took the trade. I am in that trade, so I'm looking forward to catching tomorrow, but the expiration all the way to the 16th. This is Woozy, right? These yellow circle you see here, believe it or not, they are parts of technical analysis that I did live with a couple of traders here this past weekend. And guess what? Our analysis is working to perfection. We are currently $1.69 from being in the money with 3 weeks to go on these puts. Just simple observation on the chart. I think Mr. Adex and there's another trader, Mr. Adrian from Singapore. They were one. And the hard work we got into this trade because we were looking at FinVs on over the weekend, and Vuzi was breaking out, was having that breakout chart to go higher. Then we start looking at it. I asked the trader that, what would you do in here? Then there was stuff like, oh, maybe the stock has gone up too much. Say, don't know that. All we know is that it's moving, and if it's moving, it's going to give us an opportunity for us to trade it. All right, so that's that on there. Very quickly on here, let's talk about some of the stocks. So Vuzi here is starting minus 6 point something. Let's cross our fingers. In the money today because that's where we just focus about taking profit. So a lot of stock are moving down on here. So I want to talk about Nike is moving down. I know it's news related, something to do with a remark that they may have made in China or something. So there's a lot going on there. So Nike is down minus 5.6% at 125. Let's take a look at the chart for Nike on here. So for us, that's good enough. A stock that's gapping in pre-market, that's good enough to consider it for a GangstA trade, for our GangstA strategy. So we give that to our traders on there. And if you would like to learn about the GangstA strategy, that's something that we definitely will teach you. So inflection here, crossover of the EMA, but this guy has done it recently. Remember, crossover in here on the upward direction, which is bullish. But yeah, Nike crosses a lot. Jeez, this is worth. I mean, look at the opportunities here. This is the cross down of EMA 8 below EMA 20. Look where it went. Here was another cross down. This is where it went. So here, potential target for us. Actually, what am I talking about? Nike is starting lower than this. So this chart is not even showing us the whole thing. Look at where Nike is starting. Nike in market is at 125.50. Oh my goodness, these are the puts that if you have those put, congratulations, folks. That's a nice payday here, payday there for you. So potential target 120. That's what support on here 122, 120, thereabouts. Will it bounce? We don't know. That's possible as well. So we set up those. We set up that trade for the trader inside of our Discord room. Last but not least, there is a stock definitely that I don't trade enough. I need to trade Square more. So just for the sake of me, I don't trade Square enough. But again, it has to do with so many strategies and so some like yesterday, yeah. A stock like Peloton yesterday, it was not part of a trade alert or anything, but the trend was just so strong that we decided to trade it. So Square, it's a stock that I want us to pay attention to because this stock on here, this is a low here that was at 197, January 27. Then March the 5th on here, we posted a low of 191. In my I was about to say, in my sanctified imagination. Come on, Telex, this is not church. It's not because you think you are preaching here. So I'm definitely interested if this bearish trend continue because it's bearish, right? It's trading below the moving averages, all of them. And the slope of the yellow line is really, really aggressive. So I'm looking at a target price of 180, not necessarily this week, but going into next week, yeah. Another one with a similar type of pattern. That won't have a similar type of pattern. Take a look at Visa, folks. Visa, if you break out of this, actually for me, I'm expecting that Visa can test 212, and if it got rejected at 212, then I'm really, really going short. Meaning I'm taking puts in that case with a target price of 200 or 195. 195. But definitely, you will hear more about Visa if you're a trader in our Discord room. I guarantee you that. So those are two stocks that we want to look at. Oh yeah, I will be remiss if I do not show you Peloton chart yesterday, because Peloton chart yesterday, again, this I want, if it's me, I'm going to be starting the show every day with a chart of a stock that's like this, because I want this chart to be in your brain long enough that you become super comfortable trading this. This is exactly, almost copycat, same 15-minute chart like Western Digital had on Tuesday. So major payout. This is 15 minutes. So meaning, even if we go to the 5 minutes, after 15 minutes, we will have had confirmation of the entry here using a criteria that we will provide you if you are new to technical analysis. Below VWAP posting lower lows, even on the 5 minutes. And from there, yes, there were times like this one on here, what to do on here, yeah? So that's where the advantage of the 15-minute, because on the 15-minute chart, it will not show us that it was actually able to go back above the moving average, the resistance. So this one here, this candle on here, though it's green, yeah, this is higher highs, but we are still below VWAP. And then, thus, if you were able to stay in this trade, you got a big return here yesterday. So for us, that's how we spent the day yesterday. All right, folks. Well, there's a lot going on, and we are going to give everybody a good 9 minutes to reset our mind, to be ready for this Thursday and embrace the opportunity that this market is bringing. As we are saying that, are you only able to get pre-market data for paid FinWiz subscription? I thought, Miss Lorraine, I had a paid version on FinWiz. I am not sure, or could somebody tell us if that's the case for the free version? I believe you should be able to get that as well. The version that I'm showing you, yes, is a paid version. All right, folks. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to tomorrow. Have a great trading session, everybody.